Buy cheap and safe NBA 2K22 MT at NBA2King.com. You can use code Excapar, that's EXCAPAR, for 5% off your entire purchase. Alright everybody, so last time I did one of these last week, everybody was pretty supportive of it. So what I'm going to do is show you guys every single one above diamond of the best badges you can add to all of these Tis the Season cards. Just go through and tell you everything that's going to be great. Obviously I'll cover the lower versions, but I have like a whole list of at least, up to... And I'm also going to do Amethyst Evan Mobley, and we're just going to see how everything goes. So if you guys like the video or like the concept, hit the like button down below. Let me know if you guys want me to do this for future episodes, because I definitely will, future, content updates. It's actually pretty cool. It's pretty fun if you guys enjoy it. Obviously, I'm going to keep doing it. So, anyway, without further ado, we're going to start off with this Amethyst Evan Mobley, just because I think he's the only lower rated card that you really should worry your time with, and he's also pretty easy. So, for Amethyst, you can only badge up 4 different badge slots. I checked it earlier just to make sure I had it correct, and I think this one's very straightforward. This Evan Mobley is a great card, but you can make him even better by just giving him 4 really key and pretty essential badges, I would say. The first of which, because he is a 7-foot center with an 80 driving and 85 standing dunk, is post strategy. He doesn't have that at all. And that is a massive, massive upgrade that you definitely need to do. And then he also has an 84, shot 3, and midi, and doesn't have sniper. Boom. It's one of the best badges, if not the best badge in the game, especially when it comes to shooting. Sniper, I would say, is more important than any other badge. So, those two are automatic, picks. And then the next ones can kind of be a little bit tit for tat for you. You can kind of pick what you want. I have on here as Limitless Spot Up as one of the other badges that I would add to him, just so he has a little bit more range. I can use him in clutch time, and he can be great there. Also, Quick First Step. Those are the 4 that I would highly recommend. But if you don't want to do Limitless Spot Up or Quick First Step, like maybe you just don't care if he has Quick First Step, all the ones you could go for: Limitless Takeoff, Slithery Finisher, or Pro Touch. All great ones to have, especially Slithery Finisher. That makes it post strides, which can make your Evan Mobley great. So I would say the first you could drop is Quick First Step. The second would be Limitless Spot Up. But Post Riser and Sniper are 2 that you have to add to that card to make him really great. The next one is David West. Now, I don't suspect that too many people are going to be caring about a David West card, but this one is a pretty damn good card in general. And what I recommend with this David West card, you can add, I think, 5 badges it is to diamonds. Is the first one that you got to add is going to be Sniper. We just talked about Evan Mobley, one of the best badges in the game when it comes to shooting. And, 87 shot 3, 93 midi. You add that, you're going to be having a pretty damn good time with this David West. And then the rest, I would say you probably should chuck into defense. We have 4 others that I think would be super key. Clamps, boom. Off rip, Interceptor, Menace, boom, easy. And then either post move lockdown or pick dodger. I would say post move lockdown because he's a power forward, but Clamps, Interceptor, Menace, post move lockdown, and post drive or Sniper, sorry, and you'll be getting a great David West card that is going to have some better defense all around, and it's going to be an all-around really good shooter when you mix that with his Limitless Spot Up and Hall of Fame catch and shoot. Great card. The next one that we're going to be looking at is Scotty Pippen. Now, this Scotty, I've already gone through and have a few options. I have 4 that I think you should add to him, and the 3 for that last spot, there's 3 badges that I'd say you can kind of pick your poison for. So the first badge that I think you have to add with the Scotty is going to be Rim Protector. It's one of the few defensive badges that Scottie Pippen doesn't have and could greatly benefit from, because he has an 80 block and dude's got a 7-foot wingspan. Must-have badge right there, obviously, and you can kind of understand why. The next one, Sniper. We talked about it with everybody else. If a card does not have Sniper and you plan on having them on your lineup for a long time, the best badge you can add to them is Sniper by far. Then the next badge I would say you add to Scotty, Deadeye. That way, with our slower jumper, you're still going to be able to hit consistently, and those contests are going to be a little bit less if they're late. Huge bad to add. And then I also personally would add Limitless Spot Up, because if we're looking at it, Scotty has all of the pretty good finishing badges besides maybe Giant Slayer. Obviously has the defense and obviously has the playmaking. So I think, aside from adding Rim Protector and defense, it's just better to badge up his shooting. And then for that last spot, it's kind of between of what you want. There's Green Machine as well, which gives you boosts for consecutive green makes. I think it activates after the second or third, something like that. So it can be pretty good if you're pretty consistent with it. Or I have tight handles out here, just, make your dribbling just a little bit better with a Scottie Pippen. Hyperdrive and Quick Chain are also options there. Actually, I don't know why I wrote tight handles. I actually have Hyperdrive on my list here. So Hyperdrive and Quick Chain, because they just, I think Hyperdrive just boosts your success rate or something like that for it. It's a great badge. I love it on Carmelo Anthony. I just don't know the exact description. And then Quick Chain allows you to chain together dribble moves faster, hence the name. It can just be great for that. So just pick your poison on what you like, and it can make your Scotty just an absolute beast. The next one that we'll be talking about is obviously this Michael Jordan. This Diamond Michael is very, very similar to the Pink Diamond, and basically has almost identical badges that you want to add. First being quick first step. This opens up this Michael Jordan. Not having it obviously is massive, especially considering his speed and the fact that you're going to want to slash a lot with this Michael Jordan, so you have to add that quick first step really to open up the card and make it great. It's just, again, one of those key badges. Again, sniper. Like I said, if a card can get sniper and you don't add it, you need to. And same thing goes with catch and shoot on this Michael Jordan, especially because you've been playing that shooting guard. He'll probably get open off catch a lot, running the plays and things like that. You need catch and shoot. You need sniper along with that quick first step. And then the fourth badge, I think you should... there's a bunch of other badges that I think you should consider. For the next one, I have it between Limitless Spot Up and Giant Slayer. I think if you're going to slash more with your Michael, go with Giant Slayer. If you're going to shoot a little bit more, go with Limitless Spot Up. In general, I think Giant Slayer is a little bit better. It's first on my list, but you can also switch it for Limitless. And if you decide not to go with Limitless Spot Up or Giant Slayer, other badges that could be great for him are Deadeye, because again, it helps lower those contests. It'd be good. I think it's just a little bit better for blinders, for guys with that normal release timing. And another one is Hyperdrive. Just like with Scotty Pippen, it's a great badge. The higher you get it up, the better it is. It can just be great all around on your cards. And that kind of wraps it up. And you can kind of follow the general lines with a lot of these guys. I will say it's basically the same thing, to be honest, except you can't have Hyperdrive or Quick Chain on the Scotty Pippen, which is a bit unfortunate. So now we can start off with our Pink Diamonds, which we'll start off with Blake Griffin. And with Blake Griffin, I think it's kind of just let's boost up the defense and then give him one key shooting badge that he's missing. That one key shooting badge that he is missing is going to be Limitless Spot Up. Deadeye is also an option, but I think with Blake Griffin, he already does everything else so good. I'm going to ignore Deadeye a little bit. I'm just going to go right for that Limitless Spot Up. Hopefully people forget that he's not supposed to be able to shoot that deep and leave you open a bit. And then you can start cashing out, which is always a W. And then we're just going to boost up the defense. This is pretty straightforward for Blake Griffin. Clamps, Interceptor, Intimidator, boom, all off rip. Those three badges right there just to, finish it up. Oh, and then Deadeye. I forgot. We have 5 options here. So we have Clamps, Interceptor, Intimidator, Limitless Spot Up, and then Deadeye. I was talking out of my ass there. If you're going to add one, I would definitely add Limitless Spot Up first, and then add Deadeye if you have to pick your poison. But Interceptor, Intimidator, Clamps, Limitless Spot Up, and Deadeye, 5 badges for Blake Griffin. It's going to change the game for you, and this guy's already pretty damn good. If you want to see a gameplay on him, already have one up on the channel. Check it out afterwards. This dude's kind of a beast. The next guy we're going to be looking at is obviously Pink Diamond Rudy Gay. Why wouldn't we? 6'8", 7'3" wingspan. The dude is a demon. And it's going to be the same story. So, for Rudy Gay, same stories we've been talking about. Sniper. He doesn't have it, and it is needed. It is one of the best badges just in the entire game, especially when it comes to shooting. If you don't have Sniper, add Sniper. Always the case on these cards. The next one that I'm going to recommend adding for Rudy Gay is going to be Chef. He already has some really great shooting badges, including Gold Blinders, Deadeye, Hot Zone Hunter. So add the Chef, and let's just start shooting it from deep, off dribble. I think it'd be really great mixed with that Sniper. Then we're going to move down to defense and then really boost up that. That way he can kind of play the power forward a little bit. And we're going to badge up Intimidator, Menace, and Post Move Lockdown. Now, some people may opt for like a Pickpocket maybe, or maybe you're going with Hyperdrive. But personally, I think Intimidator, Menace, and Post Move Lockdown, then it gives your Rudy Gay that kind of versatility to play the power forward and the small forward really well. That way you can kind of play in the post and play on the perimeter really, really well. And I think just opens up what you can do with this Rudy Gay and just be a great card in general. Obviously, you can disagree and you can pick different things, but that's what I'm going with. And then last but not least is going to be Kawhi. We're going to talk about the NBA 75 just because this is what you should be picking up. The Kawhi, I will say, is pretty much perfect off rip. There's just a few things that I think you can add that will just change up the game for this Kawhi. First off, being Chef. Boom. Nice and easy. You add that, change up the game. Obviously, we can shoot up a little bit better off dribble. Mix that with Limitless Spot Up because I think they actually do the same now. They both work off catch and off dribble. It's going to be great. And then we also are adding Mismatch Expert. That way we can kind of shoot on over those like undersized guys. Kawhi is 6'7", so if you want pick and pops, pick and rolls, anything like that, sometimes the centers will put you out there and you can get that extra boost on that shooting. Then we're going to add Giant Slayer because, again, he is 6'7", and I think Giant Slayer, it's like at least 3 inches or so taller. And even if it's 6, that means it'll activate on 7-footers. Perfect height that Kawhi is for those to activate, which is awesome. So Giant Slayer, Chef, and Mismatch. And then we're going to move down to his finishing. So I have 3 options that I think you should pick for here, and you can kind of pick 2 out of 3 because we've already used 3 badges, so there's 2 out of 3 that you're going to pick out of these. So the first one is going to be handles for days. That's if you're going to be using, a little bit more dribbling with Kawhi, and you might, be running out of stamina a little bit quicker. Handles for days is going to be great for that. Then we have hyperdrive and quick chain. We've talked about what these do. My personal picks would be adding handles for days and hyperdrive, but if you handles for days is just too expensive for you, quick chain is perfectly fine, or even unpluckable. Just badge up a few of the playmaking badges, and you'll be good with Kawhi. Honestly, he'll be perfectly fine. And then we can finally get to the opals, where we'll start off with the wonderful Galaxy Opal Steph Curry, obviously the 75th anniversary one. Obviously, I think this Curry's pretty self-explanatory. You add posterizer because he has a 70 driving dunk now and an 80 driving dunk tendency. Add that posterizer at least to gold and you'll be dunking on so many more people. It is crazy. And then badge up whatever defensive badges you can. For the ones that I have for this NBA 75, we're going Menace because this badge is absolutely insane. Intimidator because, again, this badge is absolutely insane. Post move lockdown because I understand that a lot of people are going to try and, pup your Steph Curry, so you got to make sure you're getting around that. And then I'm putting tireless defender because, again, if we're mixing that with post move lockdown, sometimes we're going to run out of stamina and we want to lessen that as much as we can. And Steph kind of already has every other badge that I would want. So, that was just the 4 that I would add. I think you can almost add all of these. Like, you can add posterizer still on this normal opal Steph. You actually can't add post move lockdown and menace or intimidator. I'm actually lying. So for this one, I think you should probably add the posterizer, maybe rise up, maybe grace under pressure for those layups against the taller players, and then still tireless defender because you want to make sure you're doing the best that you can out there, and maybe like a hustler or something like that would be good on this Steph. And then last but not least is going to be our NBA 75th anniversary LeBron James, 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan. That dude is a beast. And with LeBron James, this one, again, there's the 5th badge will be one that you kind of pick, but for the ones I think you should do is just juice up on the rest of his shooting. So we're adding a blinders because why the hell not? Why wouldn't we want less contest on the shooting from the side on LeBron when he already has some of the great badges out there? We're going to want Chef and limitless spot up. Obviously, we're going to shoot better, and it's going to make this LeBron James the best card in the game, especially for clutch time. And then that last badge. Oh, the last badge that we have that I think is a definitive one is going to be Rim Protector. I mean, come on. LeBron has an 81 block and a 7-foot wingspan at 6'9". He's going to be playing our small forward and power forward. Rim Protector is basically a must. And then the last badge is, again, between handles for days, hyperdrive, and quick chain. If I had to tell you which one I think you should do, it's going to be handles for days. Yes, it is expensive, but it is definitely the better of the badges, and it's really going to help out this LeBron James because he has a good dribble style, some pretty decent dribbling animations, and obviously you're probably going to run LeBron as more of like a point forward than you are an off-ball kind of just shoot threes guy. So I think that's definitely a big one. Now, if you don't want to go for handles for days, there's also something like rebound chaser if you're running him as your power forward that can be good. Obviously, quick chain as well. Those 3 badges I think is what you could consider for it. Personally, I'm going for handles for days because I'm going to run, I'm not actually going to pick up this LeBron, but if I were going to, I'd use him as my small forward. But if you plan on using him as power forward, rebound chaser is the move. And then for this normal opal LeBron James, you can add the Chef because I think that's one of the only badges you can add right there. To really be good. Rebound chaser, rim protector, and then hyperdrive and handles for days. It's a little bit worse than the NBA 75, but it's just as good. So those are all the badges. Again, you can scroll throughout. If you're going to be badging up some of these guys out here, don't. It's really not worth it. But let me know if you guys enjoyed the video concept. Again, I will keep putting these out every single week if you guys are enjoying them and thinking that the info was helpful because this is how you can get the most MT out of these guys if you pick them up, badge them out, and sell them. So, like the video you guys did enjoy, comment down below what you guys think, and hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. And have a Merry Christmas.